Hi, this is Katie Weeks, your independent, close to my heart maker, and today I am joining with the other Makers with Heart for our June series on how do you add color. And I'm going to mostly demonstrate how I add color with my TriBlend markers today. I'm using the June stamp of the month, which is called I Heart Summer. And I'm stamping the little icons with Archival black ink. And I'm stamping it on circles that I've cut out with a punch that were from Shrinky Dink material. Do you remember those old Shrinky Dink materials? It is not something close to my heart, Carrie's. It's just something I had in my stash. But I've had this idea of what I've been wanting to create for a while, and at this point I had not cut my icons apart. Later I actually did for another project, but I just masked them off, and then after letting them dry for a while I colored them with my TriBlend markers. One important thing to note about coloring on Shrinky Dink material is that the color will become much more intense after you shrink them down. So when I use a light color of blue or pink, it will become much brighter when I shrink it down. And you'll see some pictures at the very end of this video that's close up of these after I have shrunk them up. So I had two different sizes of circles that I stamped on, and I'm just taking my heating tool. It's important that you heat on a surface that you're not going to hurt, right? Do not heat on your Versamat. Ask me how I know. And so here I'm heating them up. You'll see they'll shrivel up and make all sorts of funny shapes, and then I flip them over and get some more heat, and they mostly flatten out pretty good eventually as you continue to heat them. But sometimes I'm honestly scared that they're going to fold over and stay that way, and they don't. They do go back to the original shape at a much smaller size. And here is one of the ways I'm adding color, and it's with some of our mix-in paper. This is from our May and June mix-in paper pack. It is a beautiful capri color with like hand-drawn lines through it, kind of to look like graph paper, but not perfect. And I really like that. I'm also using the Slimline shaker window and the foam and acetate to make this into a shaker window. Since I want it to be kind of a beachy scene, I used some Kraft paper that I had torn and put down in the corner. And I actually added some to the inside of the card. I'm not sure if I put that on camera. So here I'm adding in my shaker bits. So I added in some gold sequins, the loose sequins, and I added in those darling little Shrinky Dinks of the images that I used on our June stamp of the month. And here I'm adding the acetate over top after I pulled the film off. And I had also cut from the Slimline shaker window thin cut just a little frame to put over top. And I just did that in white. And you can see my little shaker bits starting to move. Okay, so I just went to my scrap bin and pulled out some pieces of paper that I could use in order to make a sentiment and some little banners. And I stamped with, I believe it was Clover, and I used the sentiment that said, I heart summer. And I'm just putting that on white daisy. And then I had some other little pieces that I was putting on there as well. I believe I put a border behind the sentiment, another panel that was the same as the background from that mix-in paper. And then I used a piece of lemonade cardstock, and it looks like some Wildberry shimmer paper that I put on, is glitter paper actually, that I put on for another banner as well, just to add another texture and some shimmer and shine. Okay, so here's another favorite way that I add color with my TriBlend markers. I'm sure you've seen videos of people coloring images, and I didn't do a lot of that on this video just because that's something I've demonstrated on a lot of other videos. But here I am coloring some of my embellishments. So I found an old pack of seashell sequins, and I thought that was perfect for my beach scene. So I colored some of those with my TriBlend markers, and that alcohol marker is perfect for coloring embellishments. And then I also got out my sparkling gems, and I colored those as well. So we don't have a lot of colors of the sparkling gems, and that's no problem because I have a whole rainbow with my TriBlend markers, and I can custom make my sparkling gems or even my bitty sparkles with my TriBlend markers, and I do this quite often. And I'm adding a few gems and things to the inside of my card as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this. You can see those little bits and pieces, much more intense colors now once we get them shrunk up, and you can see the close-up. I even added a little gray to the bottom of that swan for a shadow. If you've enjoyed this, I hope you'll give me a big thumbs up, and if you have not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on all the notifications so you know the next time I add a crafty video. Feel free to leave a sweet comment and share this with your crafty friends, and make sure you check out the other Makers with Heart.